Hello, everyone. You're here with me, Sade, and I am bringing you my new weekly Faded Soul Connections reading. And this is an update. I have an outline I'm gonna follow, guys. But yeah, this is an update on the current energies on the journey, and I call it that just to let you guys know. I do call it that because even though we as individual souls are on a journey of our own, individually, of course, learning lessons of our own and breaking cycles of our own, getting to know ourselves and becoming one with ourselves. At some point, we are fated to come across someone that we do have a soul connection with, whether it be a friend or someone that you end up falling in love with. And that becomes a journey itself. So I have part of the spread already pulled out, the first part. And by the way, good afternoon, good morning, or good night to everyone in the world, wherever you are. But yeah, and I will be using he and she as my pronouns, but please remember, gender never matters. It's all about the energies that you lean more into, you and the other person lean more into. So, I have the Divine Feminine's energy separate from the Divine Masculine's energy, and this is their current energies in their own individual journeys. So with the Feminines, the first card that came up was Death, which says transformation. And I'm not going to be able to show you guys all the cards because my phone does a weird thing where it breaks up all my videos and I can only merge so much. So to save time, I'm just going to kind of just give you guys the reading, but the cards are here. I wish you can see them or could see them, but I could pull it down. But anyway, so for the Divine Feminine's energy, the Feminines are, of course, we're all going through our transformations still, especially if we're consciously on our journeys, like we're fully aware of the lessons, the cycles that we're meant to break and things like that, and still learning more about that. So that's where the feminine is right now. She's in a place where she's more like she's grown so much, and through the experience of the connection, I did ask for individual journeys, so I wasn't asking about the masculine yet. But through the connection, she's able to see everything that she's learning that she's learned to build boundaries, learning that in order for her to experience divine love, she has to divinely love herself and recognize herself as the divine feminine that she is. And that's where she is right now. She's experiencing, she's learning to soak in the experiences of the journey that she's on, and the experiences that came from the connection. She's learning from that. She's integrating with herself. She's balancing out her own energies, her mind and her heart, balancing out her emotions, analyzing them much better now, and really just learning to be in acceptance and going with the flow, and learning that that is the easiest way to move forward in the journey. But yes, she's, like I said, she's integrating with herself, and she's become so much stronger through this. So if Divine Feminist, this sounds like you're doing a wonderful job. You recognize your growth, give yourself that credit, and recognize that you have grown. And then for the masculines seem to be doing pretty well too. I did a reading a few days ago, this same reading, but it didn't come out well, so I had to end up deleting it. But what came through for the masculines was a lot of balancing. They were really sorting things out in their physical world, and coming to the realization that they have decisions that they need to make, and just a bunch of balance came through for them. Like, they were really focused on balance, getting balanced, and especially balancing between their mind and their heart, because they had been so focused and stuck in their heads that they never really gave any attention to the emotional part of themselves, and realizing that they do need to pay attention to their emotions and do work, put in work towards balancing their emotions. But they were, like I said, they were also balancing their physical worlds, their finances, the things going on in their lives, because they were juggling a lot of things, and that's what came through here too. A lot of things they were doing, they were juggling all at once. So now it seems like they're ironing things out. That's what it seems like in their world, that they're ironing things out. They're gaining a lot of abundance right now. So some of them may be going through, what's it called? Just an inflow of abundance right now, not only financially, but celebrating with family and friends, or just friends. The new beginnings have been coming for them, but they're also experiencing growth too. This abundance came through their growth. I'm tuning into masculines who have decided consciously to finally learn through their experiences, that both past and present, and realizing that they do have to actually not only put in work in their physical world, but they have to put in work on themselves. And that's what these masculines have done. Under the moon's energy that came up for them, I clarified that, and I got the 4, 5, and 6 of Swords, which I see progression. The 4 of Swords is about deep introspection, meditation, going within the self, and seeing where that work needs to be done, seeing what needs healing, what needs balancing, even realizing that all of these things are needed, awakening to this fact. And then the 5 of Swords is that came through. The 5 of Swords is on this card. It says comparison, but the 5 of Swords is normally about battles. I see it as mental battles, going back and forth with themselves, over unnecessary things, overly causing an overwhelming energy on themselves because of overthinking. But then came the 6 of Swords, which is, I see it as peace, moving towards peace, going from turbulent waters to calmer waters, releasing burdens. And this, along with the 4, 5, and 6 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles came through. It actually came through 3 times for the masculine. The masculine had a lot of repeat cards, to be honest. And with this specific deck, because I used 3 different decks for the masculine and I used 2 for the feminine, but for the masculine, the Ace of Pentacles comes through as maturity. And like I said, he had the 4, 5, and 6 of Swords under the moon. So that's progression, growth, maturity. And I also get like literally taking his journey one step at a time, now that he's awakened to the fact that he's actually on a journey and that he's meant to learn from the experiences that he's gone through as a child up to now as an adult. And I'm getting that a lot of good things are just coming to him, as he chooses to, like the feminine, flow with his journey. But the 3 of Swords also came through for the masculine, and the clarification that came through with that was, because 3 of Swords is great sadness, it's emotional pain, and what came through with that was a new perspective. So like I said, through all the experiences that the masculine has gone through and may currently be going through on occasion, is a new perspective. Learning to look at things in a different way so that he's properly able to gain what he needs to gain and use what he's learned along his journey. He's been the 3 of Swords, with that new perspective. He's been really coming home to himself, like realizing that he is home, that he is whole on his own, and realizing that he had maybe a rough start, either as a child, and realizing that he had stowed that pain away somewhere, but also realizing that that pain that he's stowed away, just because it's stowed away doesn't mean it's healed, and that healing is absolutely necessary in order for him to get to this abundance, to this 9 of Cups that came through for him. the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands also came through for the feminine, but the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands came through, and both of them in their description say, the Ace of Pentacles says an inflow and abundance. The Three of Wands says abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. So I clarified those two together, and the moon, the Ace of Pentacles again, the Sun, and the Nine of Cups came through. And Nine of Cups is about wishes coming true, things coming to fruition for him as he's put in the work that he's put in his physical world. And I say that because the Ace of Pentacles came through twice in that. And let me see. He might be, rather than taking things so seriously now, he might be, like I said, more in a flow. And with that flow, more open, more receptive, and just more calm, more at peace. Rather than, saying, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to, overwhelming himself with things. And then some of the masculines might even be considering going back to school if they weren't already in school. Right now I'm going to clarify this Two of Pentacles that came through for the masculines. I'm not going to take that. Yeah, some of them might be going back to school. Okay. Death came out, which is transformation for the Two of Pentacles. Anyway, as I was saying, some of them might be going back to school, and that's part of the abundance. Even the decision in going back to school after maybe having to leave for some reason, or going on a journey to searching for yourself, trying to find yourself, things like that. People have different reasons for leaving school, but when they come to the realization that they're being guided to go back to school, that feels good. It's like, okay, there's something I'm meant to learn here. There's something I'm meant to do. Naturally when someone feels useful or needed in some way, which that's what your purpose is, you're needed for something, that just feels good. So I'm still clarifying the Two of Pentacles. And then masculines also are learning different things. Like they're learning different things about themselves. Again, learning very much through the experiences that they've had, not only with the feminine, but just in their own lives and in their past. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, like I said, I just wanted to clarify to be sure. But like I said, that calm energy, transforming from being more rigid and more feeling like he had to do things because of things outside of him, not because he was guided to do so, but because of conditioning, and just feeling inadequate. But now he's working from a more genuine space. Doing anything he does comes from a genuine space. And he realized that I'm gonna get one more. Too many keep flipping over at once, sorry. Oh, and by the way, I may pause the video on occasion. I may pause the video on occasion just so that I can shuffle, because again, trying to crunch time whenever is necessary. And there was another reason why I was gonna pause the video sometimes, but I can't remember. Oh, whenever I'm going further into the reading, so that it doesn't extend for too long. But yeah, so for the Two of Pentacles, the clarification came through that, again, calmness, getting more in touch with his emotions, not being so rigid and seeing things in maybe only one way, forgiving himself, and kind of just spending a little time with his inner child, mending his inner child, healing his inner child. and more confidently going towards the things that he desires, or going towards his goals. Okay, so now I'm going to go into you guys' energy towards each other. So I'm going to pause it so that I can shuffle and get the spread prepared. And I'm going to try to bring it down some so you guys can see it. Okay, so just move this up a little bit. So this is the Divine Feminine's energy towards the masculine. And you can see a little bit of it. So where the feminine's energy is when it comes to the masculine is, the first card I got was the Five of Pentacles, the feeling of abandonment, being left out in the cold. Maybe he ghosted her. And when I clarified that, the feminines are currently or have already healed the pain that came from the masculine leaving her. And that's just what I get from this, that the feminines that I'm tuning into, the masculine had just gone. Like he just left. Just ghosted without saying anything, no explanation, no closure or anything. But I'm getting that she's forgiven him for this, and she's been taking the time with herself so that she can actually like genuinely let the pain from that go and let herself heal from that. And she also it has changed her perspective when it comes to that happening, and just anything that happened between the masculine and the feminine during their connection before the separation happened. And she's looking at things much differently now, more with a wider, more broad perspective, being more understanding, have more understanding towards the situation with she and her masculine. Then we got the Sun, which is why I said that. Then I got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. They both came out, when I clarified them both, they both came out with the Empress. When I clarified the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles came out again. Then the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Lovers. So again, it's kind of like what I said before. She has forgiven this masculine when it comes to the feeling of abandonment. She has changed her perspective from that abandonment mindset, that lack mentality, and has not only been able to see the abundance in her own life, and has gone and is currently going through this process of growth and transformation, and balancing out her energies, which also came through with the Nine of Swords, balancing out her emotions so that she is able to clearly see and better understand why things happen the way they did or are happening the way they are, and learning to just be in acceptance even if she doesn't quite understand, just accepting what's happening in her present moment, what's happening currently in her physical world, even if the masculine isn't talking to her, and just realizing that, or understanding that everything's happening for her highest good. But yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles clarification being that, I just get that she has forgiven this masculine, but she also still wants communication from him, because she does feel like she feels like she's ready for that. But that doesn't mean the masculine's ready. So then with the Queen of Wands coming out, the clarification for that, again, like I said, was the Empress and the Ace of Cups. So as I said earlier on in the reading, the feminines has decided to take the experience with the masculine and the connection however it went, whether it be challenging, which is mostly who I tune into, those who are going through challenging connections, challenging soul connections. She has taken that, everything that happened, and decided to learn and grow from that, really grow from that, grow herself. The Queen of Wands, she's grown her confidence in herself. She's changed her perspective of herself. She's now realized the divine being that she is and honing in on the power that she has as the divine feminine. And she's, again, learned to go with the flow. The Ace of Cups, this go with the flow card came out for her twice. So she's getting more into her feminine power. And she's feeling good. And she's learned to appreciate the challenges that came from the connection because of how far along she is on her journey. But yeah. So her energy towards the masculine is she wants communication, but also in forgiveness and healing. She wants this communication, and she wants a mending between she and the masculine, because she feels like she's ready for it. But again, that does not mean the masculine is ready for it. But let's see where the masculine is. We know he's having a pretty I'll have to see about his internal world, but his physical world seems like a lot of things are coming to fruition for him, like abundance is coming in for him. So let me get the masculine's energy towards the feminine, and then after that I will be getting the, let me see, I'm looking at my outline, so forgive me. Yeah, okay, so we're going to get his energy towards the feminine, then we'll get the mutual energy between them. And if I feel called to do it, I'll check on why the masculine, why communication is blocked between the masculine and the feminine right now. So I'm going to pause the video so that I can shuffle and get that out for you guys. I decided to tilt the video down so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm pulling, even though it still looks like a mess, but I'm trying. But anywho, so the masculine's energy towards the feminine. So the first card we got, if you can see, is the Nine of Wands, which is about perseverance. It says, don't give up, protect that which you have created, and have courage and believe in yourself. So what stands out to me is don't give up and have courage. Especially have courage. For some reason, it's standing out to me a lot. Then we have the World, and to clarify that, the message I got with that was that the masculine, because the World says a job well done, right? Joy, contentment, and gratitude, a path toward enlightenment. That's what it stood out to me. So the masculine is, the energy that he has towards the feminine is that he would still like to try to mend things with her somehow. But he knows that in order for him to do that, he knows that he needs to be in his divine masculine energy. And proper divine masculine energy doesn't, like, the distorted masculine energy, like the distorted divine masculine would be using his power for manipulation or, just to benefit himself, things like that. Or having codependent energy. But a proper divine masculine, a balanced and aligned divine masculine, I'm going to lie down because, you can't see me anyway, so. But yeah, a well-aligned divine masculine who is conscious about his journey and wants to ascend and just be vibrating high. They're gonna use their power to benefit others and make sure he himself, his energy isn't being infringed on or anything, but neither is anyone else's. And he has the right intention when he does something. So the masculine is, he wants to let go of the past. He does want to let go of the past. He wants to forgive himself, or he's being guided to forgive himself, and he's in the process of doing that because it's necessary before he even steps forward to the feminine, and let go of the guilt that he has so that he can ascend, so that he can feel more confident. And feminines, if you have any resentment or any anger towards the masculine, make sure you go within yourself and go into meditation and balance your own energies out so that the energy you're sending to the masculine isn't a resentful one, so that he's not afraid to approach you or feeling a lack of confidence because he feels like he's inadequate and should not approach you, especially if that's something that you would like. Um, then we got the Knight of Swords and the clarification with that. The Empress came through along with Judgment and Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So, like I said, the masculine does want to come forward and mend things with the feminine. Um, I get that he does want to apologize to the feminine, but he wants things to be stable between them. He wants things to be friendly. He wants things to be light and I almost want to say fun between them in a way. You know, he kind of and I got this. I've gotten this before, but I get that he wants to somewhat start over with the feminine in a way. I also got the Ace of Swords, which says Ace of Air, which to me is bringing forth clarity. But the thing that stood out to me with this card was it says brilliant new ideas and inspirations, right? And then the where is it? The Knight of Swords. What stood out to me was creative solutions, events that come with great speed and creative solutions, but especially creative solutions. So we have creative solutions, um, brilliant new ideas and inspirations. And then with the Emperor that also came out, it says, oh no, that wasn't the one. There was one here that said, where is it? Oh, here it is. The power of creativity, creative solutions, and brilliant new ideas and inspirations. So with that, I get that the masculine does want to come forth with the feminine, but he wants to come forth when he's ready and mature, and he wants to come forth in a certain way. Like, it's not like he's planning out an extensive plan to come forward to you feminines and say something extravagant, but he's looking for the right time, and he's really wanting to make sure that he is ready, um and in his divine masculine energy, in his emperor's energy, feeling confident, 100% confident and powerful in his growth in himself before he comes forward. Okay. um but he does want to bring forth this communication, because for the clarification for the Three of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Wands, which is about communication, but it can also be about traveling, and things coming forth with great speed, which is something that came with the Knight of Swords. Then we got the Ace of Swords again. We have the Chariot, which is forward movement, so he really does want to move forward. Then we have the Moon and the Star. So he is wanting to move forward and, just open up about things, and he does have faith about this, or he's hoping. He is really hoping that that things can be mended between you guys. But again, he wants to make sure that he's ready and that he is aligned and properly in his power. I'm just feeling confident and feeling good. But in a way, I get that he's also somewhat afraid because he doesn't know. That's what I get with the Moon's energy, is that he just doesn't know how to come forward, but he doesn't know how the feminine is going to respond either. So, then with the Emperor, the clarification that came through with that is the Six of Wands, which is celebration, success. The Nine of Swords, which is a bit of anxiety. The Tower, and the Four of Wands. So again, he's wanting to make sure he's stable and firm in his foundations, that he's successfully gone through, or that he is successful in going through his growth and transformation. And that he lets go of what he needs to let go of, but especially that he is probably going through his growth. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles on the side, which is patience. And along with this patience, we have, I clarified it, it said the Devil, Six of Cups, Four of Swords, the Devil, Six of Cups, Four of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Three of Swords. So this just he's needing time. Like, he's needing time to let go of any unhealthy attachments that he may have right now, or any unhealthy ways of thinking, negative thoughts, things like that. And letting go of the things that he either did to the feminine in the past, any pain he's caused, like forgiving himself. He really needs to forgive himself. That's what I'm getting. And go into himself and make sure that he is aligned with himself, in alignment with himself. And yeah, just letting go of any burdens of pain that was caused or pain that was even inflicted on him as a child. That comes up sometimes for masculines. So healing in general. Yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles, I'm just getting that he needs time to forgive himself and get into alignment with himself and kind of just breathe, um, so that he can continue his journey towards growth and gaining that confidence and letting go of the guilt that he probably hovers over his head. Okay, so now I'm gonna get any possible blocks in communication for you guys. So, okay, so got another mess for you guys here for the reason why communication is blocked between the reason why masculine is not communicating with the feminine is actually what I asked Spirit. So, or what's blocking the communication between them. So, what came through? Oh, excuse me. And I have 2 extra cards on the side here that are face down. Just gonna show you guys that I was going to pull as I was getting the clarification here, but we'll flip those over in a second. So honestly, okay, so I'll go ahead and tell you guys. First card I got was the Three of Pentacles, then the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, the Wheel, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Now with the a lot of 10s came through. That's the first thing. A 10 came through with this wheel. Then we have the 10 of Wands. We have 2 10s that came out one after the other when I clarified the Three of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Pentacles here. And I think there was another 10 somewhere or something. We have 20 here. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So whenever I noticed that, I got that the masculine is seeing something through to completion. The masculine feels like he needs to see something through to completion before he comes and communicates with the feminine in any way, if he's going to do that. Now, the first card I clarified was this 10 of Wands. I wanted to see what was burdening him so much, because 10 of Wands is about burden. And I got the Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, then the 10 of Pentacles. And what I got with that was that he's in a connection right now, honestly. For some of you, this is not going to resonate with all of you, but for some of you, you know you're masculine and is currently in a connection right now, and he's yeah, and another part of his burden is that he does still feel guilty and burdened that he did leave the feminine for this other connection. That's not the sole reason, but that's a part of it. So he does still feel guilt, because that came through with the 8 of Swords here. He does still feel guilt about that. Another reason why I felt it was a connection was, aside from the Lovers coming out, but before the Lovers came out was the 10 of Pentacles, which does talk about relationships sometimes. So my back hurts. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so it's burdening. The guilt is burdening him, and the fact that he's trying to see something through to completion. He feels like he's needing to do it the right way, in a way. So there's that. And then with the 3 of Pentacles, which is seen as guidance in this deck, which is the Osho Zen Tarot, what came through was the 10 of Pentacles and Cups. So again, completion. That's the main thing that comes out, with those 2. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. So 10s, 8s, and 5s have come through quite a bit here, but mostly 10s. And so what I got with that was the masculine's also, he is being guided right now. I think that's a part of his guidance, actually, is that he does need to see something through to completion, not so much because it's the right thing, but he needs to flow with the flow with his journey, flow with flow with what's happening in his world right now. Don't disrupt anything trying to rush into something else. So feminines, that calls for your understanding. Yeah, he needs to see this through to completion because this is a part of his journey. Honestly, the connection, I think, is a part of his journey, and part of his learning and all of that. Um, and with the Knight of Wands, which is kind of it says intensity. It is an intense energy. The Knight of Wands is a very quick moving knight. He's probably the opposite of the Knight of Wands would be the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving. Knight of Wands is the quickest moving, aside from the Knight of Swords. With the Knight of Wands, I got that the masculine does, again, he wants to communicate with the feminine. He does want to come forward and bring this clarity, because we got the Knight and the Ace of Swords. But his judgment is a bit clouded right now because not that his judgment is clouded, but he's kind of torn because, again, he does want to come forward, but he does feel guided to stay where he is right now and again see that through to completion. Okay, sometimes some things do have to come full circle before something else can happen. Otherwise, it's a disruption, and whatever it is that he was meant to learn, or you were meant to learn, or whoever it is meant to learn, when they are being guided to see something through to completion and they disrupt that, what will happen is they'll have to learn that lesson in some other way. And if they're forcing themselves in a connection, it's going to be learned within that connection, so that prolongs more challenges. That doesn't mean small challenges won't come through. Even if you guys do learn your lessons and break those cycles and come together, learn everything you need to learn, that doesn't say that. It doesn't mean that you guys are going to be honky-dory 24/7. You're still going to have your challenges, but they're not going to be the cycles that you were meant to have learned through that other connection, or through when you guys were together and everything was turbulent and becoming heavy, which, brought on this separation. All right, so feminines, be understanding, allow things to take its course. Masculines, allow yourself to go through what you need to go through. When you're being guided to do something, listen to that, because not only feminines have intuition, you do too. You have feminine energy within you, which aids that intuition, that connection to your intuition. Okay. But yeah, so masculines are also, again, working on their confidence and strength in order to come forward, letting go of that guilt and forgiving themselves. Okay. With the wheel here, I clarified that I got the the 8 of Wands, again, communication, the 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, understanding, the Fool, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so with the wheel, I'm getting that once things take its course, once the wheel has turned, continues turning, at some point it's going to be the right time for this communication to come, for this new beginning to come between the masculine and the feminine, where the masculine takes a chance and comes forth to this feminine when she's grounded and she's balanced and everything. You guys will come together at the right time, because timing came through heavily here. Where is it? Okay, when I clarified the Page of Swords, I asked about that. And I got the Chariot, which kind of gives me the same energy as the 8 of Wands, which is communication, coming forward, quick moving. We got the World again, which is completion. Yeah, which is completion in this deck. And that was funny that came out, because while I was reading this, when I had you guys on pause, and all those 10s were coming out, I was like, damn, this seems like he's waiting for something to complete, or like he's trying to see something through to completion, and that comes out, so that confirmed it for me. Also, with this completion card, I want to point out that it looks like puzzle pieces are being put together on a person's face. Don't know if it's man or woman, but again, gender doesn't really matter. But yeah, so, that goes along with things coming together. He's seeing something through to complete. Things are falling into place. And then I got the nine of pentacles with, sorry, the Knight of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, Knight and 9. And in this deck, the Nine of Pentacles is about patience, ripeness, timing, divine timing. And the Knight of Pentacles also is about timing, figuring out the right time to do something, taking your time before taking an action. Very slow moving. It's still forward moving, but it's very slow moving. So, yeah, before the masculine can bring forth this clarity, bring forth any messages or anything, to the feminine, he's waiting to see something through to completion, waiting for divine timing to take place. And that's also what the wheel is about. So yeah, so that's what's currently blocking the masculine when it comes to why he's not communicating with the feminine. He just needs that time to see something through to completion. So it's not good to interrupt something like that. He's in a both of you guys are in a divine on a divine journey individually, very divine journey individually, and even in this connection, especially since the masculine is realizing that he does need to see whatever it is through to completion, which might be this relationship. Oh, and these two face down cards, let's see, we have the Knight of Fire and the Page of Fire. So going from the page to the Knight, the page, let's see, I'm seeing what stands out to me. What stands out to me with the Knight of Wands is the self-assured, okay, that confidence. And then here, look, I didn't mean to do this, but we have what I ended, whenever I stacked all the cards that I had out together, I have the King of Wands right here. I did not mean to do that. So we have the Page, the Knight, and the King of Wands. So that's progression. And you need to allow this progression to take place, feminines and masculines. Give yourself time, be patient with yourself. I'm looking at this card, just going to see what it is. Then we have the Lovers. All right. I was just guided to pull that. We have the Lovers here. All right. So yeah, let me see what else with this Page of Wands. I just want to look to see if anything stands out. Creative stands out to me because that came through earlier with the masculine when it came to his feelings towards the feminine. That he was trying to think of a creative way to come forward. Again, nothing extravagant or anything, but divine timing, the right time to come forward. Is he ready to come forward truly? So being creative with that, being thoughtful with that. Yeah. Using your originality and ingenuity. Think things through carefully. Self-assured. Time is of the essence. All right. And then the King of Wands with the Lovers here. So that's confirmation for that. All right. Taking time before he comes forward to address this connection. So what else was I going to see for you guys? Let's just get future energies and I'll close the reading there because I am stretching the time here. Not that I'm in a hurry this time, but I just want to be conscious of that. I'm just going to stick these in random places. Closing my eyes. All right. And respread. Let's just do this again. Okay. So let's get heart space and then future energies. So I'm gonna put you guys on pause one more time, or probably two more times, but I'm gonna get the heart space, or I'll just get, sorry, I'm gonna get mutual energy between you guys in the heart space. How about that? We'll make that short and simple. So mutual energy between you guys in the heart space. I'm gonna put you guys on pause. I'll be back. Okay, so far I've already pulled two for the mutual energy between the divine masculine and feminine in their heart space. First card I got was the Queen of Cups and the Star. You see the Queen of Cups says loving in the description on the top. Okay, so they both have empathetic and loving and patient energy, tender-hearted. You know, all these words kind of came through the reading, especially patience, and empathetic, empathy, understanding. says relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. So the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups is also very in tune with her intuition. Very loving, very empathetic, very patient, just very in tune with her emotions. So they have this loving energy towards each other. And then there's hope there. There's hope between the masculine and the feminine. And I really do feel that. I also get integration with this. I get a mixture of energies, like shared energy in a way. And I say that because in the picture on the star card, you see how the angel is holding two gourds? Yeah, gourds or something. And water's pouring out of them. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the temperance card, but the temperance has the angel pouring two cups, liquid in two cups back and forth, tempering the liquids, balancing the liquids between each cup. So I just get I do get a loving energy when I look at this. I do very much get a loving energy, very understanding energy. I'm gonna say it in a way like this, like if I were talking to someone or something like that, saying, you know, I understand, I'm gonna give you this time and space that you need to do what you need to do what you know you need to do. And I'll be here for you, not waiting so much, but I'm here for you energetically. Like, I'm here in support of your growth. And the same thing, vice versa. Like that energy is shared in exchange. That energy, that understanding energy and empathetic energy is shared in exchange. So let's see what else we get here. We have chop wood, which I see this as while this tempering is happening, and while you know that, while you and this other person know about each other that you guys are going through growth and transformation, significant growth and transformation, and that the masculine does have something that he needs to see through to completion, that you're chopping wood in the meantime, okay? That you're focusing on your own world. You're focused in your own world, in your present moment. You're present in your world, currently present in your world. You're present in your body, okay? And you're focused on the little things in your world. You're focused on, I'm hot. Oh my gosh, I just got hot. You're just focused on the little things in your world, like little things like organizing your space. I'm just going to pull here, leave it face down. Organizing your space, organizing your finances, balancing your finances, getting to know yourself, taking care of your body, working out, exercising, getting slim thick, as I like to say, with one C, because you know some of us don't have a lot to work with. But yeah. So let's see what else we got here. Never ending story, chaos and conflict, and timing. TikTok, look at that. That came through. I feel drawn to pull one more for some reason. Hold on. Let's see. One more. Oh, we have the tribe here. Okay. So, like I said, chop wood. Never ending story. Let's just clarify that. What's this never ending story about? What is this never ending story have to do with? Immediately, Nine of Swords came out. And they have the same sort of illustration on it in some way, in a way. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, and this is how the never-ending story looks. And you see what I mean when I say it has kind of a similar illustration on it. 1 second, I'm using one hand here, so. But you see how they kind of look alike? How they both got their hands on their heads in a way? I get that both of you guys are getting out of this energy of thinking that, you know, you can only gain through pain. Getting out of this mindset. You're breaking cycles, basically. Cycles of lack mentality, cycles of anxiety, unnecessary anxiety. We have 2 9s here. The 9 of Wands just came out. exhaustion. Okay, take that one because I kind of flicked it. Exhaustion and sorrow. So letting go of past pains and healing. Anything that isn't present in your world, if it's past, letting go of that and not staying stuck. Okay, getting out of any stuck energy and slowly moving towards that balance, that alignment. Okay, let me get one more. Okay, the Fool came out. Learning to just trust the journey, trust everything in the journey, even the challenging parts, because the Fool came out. Okay. The chaos and conflict. Honestly, with that, I just get that this is coming to an end. Like, peace is coming now. After chaos and conflict comes peace after the storm. But let's clarify it just in case anything else wants to come through. What is chaos and conflict about? We have the Five of Pentacles. Two fives already came out. That's the 10, but Five of Pentacles and Five of Wands, which is conflict, and finding peace and harmony. Okay? Harmony. Harmony after chaos and conflict. Alright? And then, like I said, we had two fives that came out, which is, fives are about change. I'm not exactly sure what nines are about, but fives are about change. And then with this 10 coming between these fives gives me wholeness, like a wholeness type of energy. And then we have TikTok, which is obviously about divine timing, or at least that's how I see it. So let's clarify that. Divine timing for what? I get that you guys are trusting in divine timing. Both of you guys are trusting in divine timing right now. That was. Okay, the Empress wanted to come out. Okay. Ace of Wands, new beginnings. King of Wands wanted to come out. And the Knight of Wands. So yeah, with the divine timing, I feel like things are going to come through quickly. We have the masculine in his King of Wands energy here with the timing card, and then the Empress, which is like to me the ultimate divine feminine. But yeah, I'm just getting new beginnings will come quickly, or are coming quickly, but it's in divine timing. It's not like human timing, so you can't really measure that. You can't measure. I couldn't even tell you how long anything's going to take, even if I were going to ask right now, Spirit, how long might this take? You can get a whole bunch of numbers, so you can do that if you want to, but I'm going to tell you, it's just going to throw you off and probably drive you crazy. So it's better not to focus on timing, which is not what you're meant to focus on anyway. You're meant to focus on your continuous growth and transformation, because that's what's happening right now. And focus on bettering your body physically and bettering yourself just in general. Okay? And then, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. So hot, so hot, so hot. I need to turn on the AC. Last card I got was the Tribe. The Tribe is about finding like-minded individuals and coming together with them. So let's just clarify and see what comes through. The Hierophant. It's also about connections and friendships, things like that. So we have the Hierophant, Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. It says patience on the card too, and Justice, which is breakthrough. So let me get one more. With that so far, I'm getting setting things setting the record straight, or setting things right, you know, making things right, because I have Justice and the Hierophant, and the Hierophant has a traditional way of doing things. And then we have Patience, just having patience for this divine timing to take place, or let it take place. Then we have the Four of Cups and the Three of Cups. So, excuse me. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's me patting my chest. Sorry. But yeah, so with this, the tribe, which is again coming together, you know, and setting the record straight with this Justice and the Hierophant, wanting the record to be set straight, like we're just wanting balance between you guys. Seven of Pentacles, patience, allowing divine timing for this growth, for this deep introspection. And after that will come celebration, you know, like positivity, just good feeling, good vibes between you guys, okay? So I am going to close the reading there. I appreciate you guys being with me, you know, spending time with me as I sweat, because I'm very hot right now. I'm losing focus. I do personal readings, so if you have any inquiries about that, I do have my email where I answer those in my description box. I also have an Instagram where I post my daily readings, getting more active with that. And yeah, if you guys have any comments that you'd like to leave below, please do. And I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the night, day, afternoon, morning, wherever in the world you're in, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.